Hello, my dear friends. My name is Ranjay, and you are watching my YouTube channel. In this channel, I am showing here the Java tutorial series. In this series, we are going to discuss about the throws, throw, and finally keywords which are generally used in the exception classes. So last video was that how you can handle the exception. You can check in my playlist. So in this video we will see the three keyword, these throws, throw, and finally. Okay, so for that I have created the exception class here, exception test, and we have the main method. So let's see these three keywords step by step. So for that we create an exception example. Let's take some variables ABC here, and now just declare a is equal to, so a e- equal to 10. Okay, and now for the value of the b we will see, then let's see here, c is equal to a divided by b. Okay, so here it is saying that initialize the variable b, so we are taking actually the input from user. So for that either we can use the scanner class or the buffer reader class. So let's take the buffer reader class here, so br, and here we create new buffer reader, and inside this we create a new input stream reader, and inside the input stream reader we'll write system dot in. Okay, so we have created this class, and um, here we write enter a number. Okay, and after that we'll take b, value of the b is equal to br dot read line. So here is the method read line, so it will actually accept the string value for the, in order to convert the b is integer, so we'll cast this value into integer dot parse it. Okay, so it will return the integer value here. Let's take this and put it in. So here we have get the value from the integer when you run this. So before running this, here when you keep this mouse here, it is showing that it can throw an exception, because this is the IO exception, input output exception, and for the input output exception it is the compile time error will come. Compiler will firstly check that this is the input output, so you must have to handle. So in the last video we have handled through the try catch block. Now the throw keyword we can also handle it through the throws keyword. So here when you click the throws keyword with the main method, here throws or IO exception or number format exception, anything you can write here. So let's take this as a throw exception. So this is basically used when you want to suppress the exception, you want to overpass, you don't want to handle the exception, then we use generally the throws exception. So this is this is actually suppressing means overcoming of the exception. Okay, now let's take the example here. Let's go and suppose here that we have handle. So as we print here the output also, so here we write C. Okay, and just save this, and when you run this application. Sorry, it is saying firstly it is reading here. Let's cut this and paste here. Okay, now because when you put the value here, then only your output will be shown. So let's go save this and run this. So here it is saying that enter a number. So suppose you have entered 2, then you will get the answer as a 5. Suppose let's run. So when you run and put this value 0, so when you putting this value 0, so divided by a divided by 0 is infinite. So arithmetic exception is coming because we have not handled it. We have suppressed with the help of the throws keyword, so it is showing in the red color the whole exception this. So we have not handled this. Okay, so this is the main function of the throws keyword. So you remember always the throws will be with this method. Okay, so let's go to the throw keyword. Okay, so for throw keyword we just simply remove this. So after removing this, we have this. Let's take a try catch block. So we have try catch block here. Now just remove this and write here the arithmetic exception. Remove here. Okay, exception. So we can take a multiple catch also inside this. So this is the critical. Cut this. Okay, and write this here and a plus b. So here we take the value as a c is equal to a plus b. I want to add a 2 number, so change this. I'm showing some example, that's why I'm changing this. So we'll take this as a c is equal to a plus b. Now if you want here that when you put something that the value of the c must be greater than 4, suppose the value must be the result of the c must be greater than 4, then what you will do here, let's take if condition. When you keep this, c must be greater than 4. Okay, if c must be greater than 4, then throw an exception. Sorry, less than 4. If you keep this less than 4, then throw an exception. So here we use throw exception. So in order to create a forcefully exception, if you want to create a your own exception forcefully, if the exception is not coming, then you want to create an exception, then we use the throw keyword with the new keyword. Use this, and here we write arithmetic exception. So we'll take this as arithmetic exception. Okay, so let's take here c is equal to a plus b, command x. So when you put a value of the c, and if the c will get the less than 4, then it will goes inside this. So if this is less than 4, then it will throw an exception, arithmetic exception, and it will be catched from this. So we'll print some value here also. We can print some value. So let's go and print here. Suppose here right must be greater than 4. Okay, so save this, and here So this will be actually printing here. So save this and run the application. When you run the application, here it is saying that enter a number. Suppose we have entered a 1, then it is showing that must be greater than 4. Okay, so this is coming a is equal to a plus c is equal to a plus b, and it is showing. So if let's go, you can keep this here also. Save this, run this. Here put 1, so result is 3, and 3 is going in the if condition, and it is showing that must be greater than 4. So this is the example. Now we'll take a example of suppose in the block of try, if we want to simply print something. Suppose here I want to print thanks. Okay, sorry, this is actually, keep this here outside of the if block. I have written this inside the if block. So if you want this as a thanks, then let's go and run this. So when you write here 3, then it is saying that 3 is 5 and 5 is greater than 4, then it is printing thanks. Okay, now again run this. So in order to write 1, and when you put run, it will say showing the exception. So this thanks is not coming in the exception classes. So when the exception is coming, I want this to be printed in exception also. For that, what you will have to do, you simply just copy, and when you put this inside the catch block also. So if you have a multiple catch, 3 to 4 catch, so you will have to write this code in every catch block. Instead of writing the again and again the same code, we have a block which is called as finally block. So with the try, we have here finally. So what is the finally? That it will always print with the try, that if the exception comes or not, it will automatically print. So we'll take this and put this here. Okay, and now let's remove this thanks here from catch also. So writing the same code inside the each and every block, instead of writing there, you can use the finally block and print this. So let's save this, and when you run this application, here put 1, and when you put 1 3, and it is throwing your own exception that is used by the throw keyword, and must be greater than 4, and thanks is also printing. So this is actually in the finally block. So let's take another. So we'll take 4, and 6 is again the thanks is coming. So finally block will run always if the exception will come or not. So it will always come with the try block. Okay, so this is actually the 3 important things I have discussed in this video. If you have learned something, please put a like on my video, so that we can get a motivation. And please don't forget to subscribe and put a bell icon press, so that you can get the notification for the future video. For now, thanks for watching.